What's up, guys? Welcome back to the RSV4 RF build series. If you guys haven't checked out episode 1, definitely check it out. We did a carbon fiber rear hugger. We got these badass Italian Super Pole edition Giamoto rear sets, and we've also done these Light Tech mirror block offs. This is a street bike, so if you don't know anything about the channel, this is a 2017 RSV4 RF. This is Dorothy, and we are building a race-inspired, full-on track bike that is still going to be a street bike, so we're not going to do race body work. A little bit later in these episodes, we'll show you what we're going to do with the lights and stuff like that. We've one episode down, and we've got a bunch to go, but in this episode, we're installing radiator and oil cooler guards, we're installing a brand new windscreen, and we're also going to be putting a brand new lightweight speed cell battery in this bike. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
First off, I'd like to give a big shout out to Manny at Moto Million, because he's sponsoring this build and he's sponsoring the channel now, and they have some of the greatest parts that you can buy. Actually, I believe it is the greatest parts. If you don't know, I mean, maybe you guys have seen other build series and stuff that Manny sponsors. I just want to let you know real quick, what Manny does is he's not just a high-end part distributor like a lot of these places that you see online, and what he does is he basically does all the light work for you, to where he gets the best of the best parts. Not just a battery from this company, a battery from that company. He only carries one battery, and it's the best. So that's the speed cell. And then, when it comes to, like, for instance, we're installing these radiator and oil cooler guards, instead of having many different, companies that he offers for you guys to buy, he only carries the best ones. Same thing with these windscreens. Instead of carrying a Puig and a bunch of different other brands, he carries MRA, which is the best windscreen you can buy. So I just wanted to give a big shout out to Manny for helping us, definitely get this bike underway. We have a 7-day deadline, so we have to get this bike really buttoned up and ready to go and getting tuned this week. So let's jump into the build, and we're gonna go ahead and get these parts installed on the bike.
So first off, we're going to do the windscreen. So this is a Puig Z Racing windscreen. It's kind of like a double bubble. It's a very nice windscreen, but the issue that I have with it is it's too dark. So this is going to be a race bike. You really need to see through it at full tuck. So this is actually going to be taken off the bike. Nothing against Puig. It's a great windscreen. It did me good. Good wind protection. It's just we needed a clear, and what not better than the best windscreen you could buy, putting an MRA on. So let's go ahead and get these bolts off, get this windscreen taken off, and we'll get the new one buttoned up. So we do have to reuse our little rubber, forgot what they're called, rubber well nuts. Just got to reuse them. right, the windscreen is done. So now what's really, really cool, I want to show you guys something too. Don't mind how dirty it gets because your man sweats a lot.
Who's man?
Alright, so we're going to clean this all up. So what's really cool is you have this plastic edge that is really perfect, you know, for full tuck. But MRA, they send you this little piece of trim for this back part right here. So it's kind of like weather stripping almost. But what's good is if you're full, you know, full tuck or for any reason, you know, sometimes it has these sharp edges. So what's good is with this stuff, it takes away that sharp edge on the plastic. You don't have to worry about scratching your helmet, you know, stuff like that when you put it up against the screen itself. So, just pop this on real quick. How's that look, guys? Yeah, it is a little bit dirty. But we're gonna clean everything up. But see this nice little strip right here? It's really cool because it actually, you know, protects. It's like a rubber piece of weather stripping, but it protects, you know, when your helmet's at full tuck, you're not like scratching up against the helmet while your head's all shaking on high speeds. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna move on to the radiator and the oil cooler guard. As you guys seen in last video, we tore the bike down to block off the secondary air system, you know, the smog. So it's still taken apart. We're not putting anything back together basically until we're got what we need done. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna jump on the guards, get those mounted up, and then we'll move on to the battery. So we're gonna do the radiator first and then we'll do the oil cooler. So with these Dicey 83 guards, they supply you these little foam blocks that are basically, they have tape on one side and on the other side it's just a foam block, and then they also come with zip ties as well. You cut these down to about 10 mil, make little blocks. And I messed up earlier when I said stick them to the actual radiator. You actually stick these to the back of the guards. So I'm just cutting a bunch of these down so we don't have to do it later. All right, so now let's get our radiator guard out of the package for all you northerners. And what we are going to do, I'm actually going to steal the battery box to do this on. What we're going to do is we're going to take these little foam blocks, remove the tape, which is always a pain in the ass. Alright, and then we are going to put them right there. So as you can see, we have our little rubber blocks here in the corner of the frame. So sorry it's kind of hard to see, guys, but let me set you up so you can see the bike pretty good. So we're going to cheat a little bit just to get this where we want. You're not supposed to fasten the zip ties until you have it kind of perfect mounting to the bottom. So what we're actually going to do is put the screws in the bottom where they go. You don't have to tighten them down, we're just doing it temporary so the guard doesn't fall.
So what I did, I don't know if you guys can really see that, but I just put the zip tie through the back of the radiator instead of the guard first. It just makes it a little bit easier for me, that I found. Be careful when you guys are putting these zip ties through your fin. If it feels like you're forcing it, then just take it out and try to find a little bit bigger hole. You don't want to break these fins or crack them or just put too much stress on them. So that quick and easy. This side is a lot easier, more space. And then put your zip tie through. Like I said, don't tighten it all the way down until, you know, we do everything. But that's basically radiator guard done. Let's get to the oil cooler guard. Basically, it's repeat, do the same thing. All right, guys. Oil cooler, rad guard. Man, they're looking good. They are looking stout. Oh, I love it. So clean. This is why you buy good parts and you don't buy cheap shit. Now, for the fun part, because I actually haven't got to hear Dorothy run or drive it, or ride the bike. It's been almost 3 months, well, maybe 3.5 months since I've actually got to ride the bike or even hear what she sounds like. So, because it's been sitting so long and it wasn't on a trickle charger or a tender, we need to put a new battery in it. What better to do it with a 1-pound battery instead of the 6.5-pound stock battery. So I can't wait to get this thing together. Let's go ahead and throw the battery in, and then we'll go ahead and we'll get her dress back on to where we can actually put the tank back on, everything like that, and start wrapping up the undercarriage of it, if you would. So that way we'll be able to do the rest of the mods and get this all cleaned up with the stuff we're already done with. So let's get the battery installed. Whoa, packing peanuts. Oh man, you gotta love when you get the good fails on camera. All right, take 2, huh? Oh, that was funny. And of course, packing peanuts aren't magnetic, so when they fall down into the bike, it is a wild goose chase. What's cool about this kit is they give you absolutely everything. Heat shrink, even an Allen key to install it. Of course, you guys are gonna have to take off, your stuff and take your battery out, but with this, I don't have to because we're already taking apart for the build. So a little bit easier. And then what you do is loosen up your Allen keys. And put a piece of heat shrink. Like that. Take this here. These are just these little wings. I'm just going to bend down a little bit where the heat shrink fits. Like that. Go ahead and do our negative. Oh, almost forgot. Heat shrink. Definitely sucks when you have to do it twice, so anything that you're doing heat shrink on, make sure you remember the heat shrink. Alright, now that we got that buttoned up, bend down these wings. Go ahead, put our heat shrink up. Now we can go ahead and get our battery installed. What's cool is it does come with Velcro in the kit, so you can put it where it needs to go and it won't move around, because these are so much smaller, like we said, so that way you don't have to worry about it. And what's cool is these, they actually, you can get the charger as well, you know, because these are LiPo batteries, they're lithium polymers, so it does take a different battery charger than your regular battery. So this is a lot more easier to connect, because some people get scared about putting a battery charger on here. All right. So I think how we are going to mount it, because this will kind of wrap around down here underneath the fuse panel. It'll be like this. So I think we're going to mount the battery like that and then plug in there. So what I'm gonna do is, this already has like a little bit of foam, but I'm just gonna put a piece of Velcro right here that's supplied in the kit, and we'll put that right there on that piece. Should be perfect. There we go. So now that we got that off, gonna move this out of the way, push it all the way to the bottom first, you know, get it situated towards the bike, and then we will push it towards the bike to actually hold. Alright, that's there. And now we will get her plugged in. LiPo battery on the bike. Well guys, we have a problem. I really wanted to start the bike. I haven't heard it in 3 months. I know you guys want to hear how it's sounding. Damn, Jeff has my keys. So we cannot start it till tomorrow. We can't hear it until next episode. I apologize, but I thank you guys so much for watching. As always, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Please like the video. We have plenty more episodes coming. Like I said earlier, there's no brake levers, there's no bar ends. This bike is still plenty to do and a long way to go. So we're going to be doing that in these next episodes following. And I hope you guys really enjoyed this build, you know, doing it as we go as much as I am. And I'm really excited to share it with you guys for what we have in store. We have some really special parts that we're about to put onto this. Also, I want to let you guys know, down in the description, there's going to be links to all the sponsors that sponsor the channel, as well as, you know, our sponsor in this build. I definitely want to give a big shout out to Manny at Moto Million. I want to give a big shout out to Dale at Race Torques. Those are our two big sponsors helping out on this build. And I mean, we've got a lot of top-notch parts that are going on, and the bike's only going to get better from here. So definitely stay tuned. Like I said, if you're not a part of the family, you know, if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, then what the hell are you doing with life? Hit that subscribe button. Give this video a like if it taught you something. If it did not, please give this video a like, and we'll see you on the next one, guys. Ride safe. Take care.